and welcome to Graceful Connections presented by Academy for the Soul. I'm your host, Sophie Vidar, and the co-creator of Graceful Connections, together with Christel Hughes, founder of Academy for the Soul, the online school for intuitive arts. Graceful Connections is an adventure of exploration, discovery, healing, liberation, growth, and truthful expression, which is facilitated, amplified, magnified, and blessed really with grace. As graceful connections are woven between you and our expert speakers, your graceful guides into living your divine radiance. So thank you for being with us and bringing your unique vibration, colors, and energetic imprint, without which something would be missing. Thank you for answering yes to the calling of grace and for your willingness to fully and completely embrace, express, own, simply live your divine radiance. So let's begin. I invite you to relax and take a few deep breaths. Breathing out all that does not belong to this moment. Let's bring all your attention, all your presence here and now. We set our intention that our time together, all that is shared in words and beyond the words, all the energies that we call in and flow are our highest good, our evolution, and be of service to the highest good of all. And I invite you to open your heart or open it even more and be ready to receive. And to open your mind or open it even more and be ready to receive. Activating your connection to the new earth crystalline grid and your connection to galactic center, the center of truth, so that you are held, both grounded and suspended. You are safe, you can relax, you are ready and open to receive. Now I'm calling the orb of grace from the heart of the universe and placing the orb of grace around our group, around our gathering, and each and every one of us. That we be held in the orb of grace and infused with grace all along our time together. Let's take a moment to adjust to the purity and the subtle high frequency of grace, allowing it to gracefully dissolve, realign, harmonize, amplify, magnify all that needs to be so in purest alignment with divine will and the divine order of grace. And breathe. Beautiful. Now, within the Orb of Grace, I'm delighted to welcome our expert speaker, the wonderful multidimensional guide and sound code healer, Camilla Aurea KumaRa, and her heartfelt invitation to align your life with higher purpose and service, finding your seat at the councils of light. Camilla Aurea KumaRa is a Swedish multidimensional guide and sound code healer holding a very pure and high frequency of light. She has gracefully taken on a mission to be and act as a vessel for higher dimensional light, whether through light language channeling, planetary grid work, sharing oracle insights, or when guiding energy worker groups at physical portals and stargates. To co-create with spirit and to align fully with source energy is the heart of Camilla's practice and teachings. Among the guides and beings of light that Camilla channels, the high councils of light, Christed beings, including Master Jesus and Universal Mother Mary, the Lyran star family, and Aurora, are the most frequent ones. Her oracle deck, New Earth Portals, is now spreading across the world with messages of hope, beauty, and elevated energies for a new era. And we'll have the privilege to discover it and to play with it today. It is such a blessing to have you with us today, Camilla. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sophie. It is such a pleasure and honor, and I am really happy to be here with you.
We're delighted to welcome you. So everyone, Camilla is going to share her expertise about light workers, divine purpose and service, inviting you to align your life with higher purpose and service, finding your seat at the councils of light. And Camilla will offer a rainbow ray light language transmission and meditation to instantly harmonize your energy field, raise your light quotient and vibration. Also with a focus on anchoring the energy of grace into the crystalline grid of Gaia. So with light language chanting as a tool, Camilla's guides will work through us and for all of us. And I'm getting chills already. I don't know about you, but I can sense that this is going to be fantastic. We're looking forward to it. And on Friday, February the 23rd, we'll gather again with Camilla for live intuitive readings galore. Now, for the moment, let's get started to explore Lightworkers' mission, purpose, service. And I'd like to begin with asking you, Camilla, what is New Earth soul embodiment? I know that you have a perspective about how the bigger picture, the planetary or maybe even universal service are connected or related with our personal healing journey. So if you would share about that, please.
Yes, well, this is a big topic, but it is one that is very close to my heart, and because it really aligns with everything that I do and create. Um, as I see it and how I have been guided by my guides and all the councils and the masters, it is a very special time that we are in. And all the souls that are connecting back to heart, all the souls that are awakening spiritually, coming together, as you know, it is not just about personal healing or our own personal journey with the body or the spiritual explorations. It is part of a bigger picture. We are actually all souls who are here voluntarily. We have chosen to be here because in this time we are also here to raise the vibration of this planet, of Mother Earth. We are here to share love and to release karma and to connect together because together we are changing not just our own communities, our families, our relationship, but we are actually changing the whole frequency of the planet. We are part of a greater network of energy systems so that when we align with a sense of being part of a greater purpose, that my heart and my love holds a purpose and a value for the greater whole, and that we change the world together, it actually affects all these networks and the grids, the interplanetary grids. And when we do so, we are the new earth souls coming into embodiment. We are supposed to be here as humans, as being part of Gaia, of the earth, and be here as the whole of our souls, our soul monads, with all our guides and the angels and all the beings that are supporting us. So this is about embodiment. This is to come into body fully as ourselves, our souls, with our purpose. So it is, in a way, about finding ourselves through the heart and come here fully with our brilliance and our light and our love.
Right. Yes. So there's a question that comes to my mind. A question, actually, it's kind of showing me this infinity figure of a reciprocity, and so I would like to confirm, to check with you. The impression that I'm being shown is that there's the sense that, well, our own healing and personal work, healing work and personal growth, development, transformation work is a necessity. And as we do it, it's a necessity for our ascension, right? And we know that. We're not naive. We know that we have to do our own work
Yeah.
to work on ourselves. But if I hear you well, we can align doing our own healing and doing it in a way that is of service to the planet. So that would be one perspective. But is there also the reverse, in the sense that when, and maybe there are ways to do it, I think you're gonna share with us about this, if there are ways to do that specifically, that by being of service to the planet, to the universe, to the cosmos, or whatever is our scope, by being of service, we bring healing to ourselves and we bring transformation and growth. Does it work both ways?
Yes. It is like you cannot have one without the other in the long perspective, and we don't need to be conscious about it. But when we tune in to our higher purpose or higher service, and with higher service, that could be to really see ourselves as perhaps a light worker, works with energy, or a way shower that I seem to be here to pave the way for others, to show the way with how I heal, how I work, how I walk the path forward. Or it could perhaps be very specifically that we work with healing for the planet, that we are letting energy move through ourselves, our energy system, anchor it down to the earth or to the waters or to the oceans. And we send energy and healing to the oceans or to the mountains or to the energy grids on the planet. And all of these different ways, I can name so many different varieties of roles that we perhaps have, and perhaps we even might remember a little bit from a past life, that I seem to have had a role of being a planetary healer, or I resonate with being a frequency holder, or keeper of codes, or gatekeeper. And so when we feel into that and step into a service of doing planetary work, we let light go through ourselves to that part of the planet. And by doing so, we are assisting the greater healing of the planet, and we are assisting humanity. At the same time, that light enters our bodies, opening up the cells, working on DNA level. And so we are doing it both. And sometimes we are anchoring so much light that we need to work with shadow parts or karma at the same time or afterwards to make room for that light. So it's interconnected, everything. But I have met so many who find that they find a purpose in sending light or holding energies or clearing energies on these portals on the planet, physically by being there, or on distance by focusing with our minds and our traveling with our light bodies to that place.
Yeah, you know what I'm sensing is that so many have this calling of higher service, right? And this knowing and desire and knowing and really a calling of being of service and bringing the light, working with the light, but have for some of us no clue of how to do it, how to get started, or how to expand, how to find new ways, and may feel very lost, very confused, very isolated as well. So I love that we have you to talk to and to reveal many of your secrets or good ways and tricks and tips, and also gathering us together, because it can feel very lonely to be some of us live in maybe isolated place and don't get the chance to communicate with others, to do group work together, right? And so I love that we have you gathering. It's like a gathering of the light workers together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and I so know this how you explain it, that and I hear it so many times that this is a calling that you might have felt from within. And there are many who do this intuitively, but they do not connect with others doing it.
Yes.
And for many years, I have been guiding lightworkers like this with planetary lightworker courses, mastery courses. And I've seen that coming together. And also when I guide, I channel the High Council of Light, guiding us forward and how to do this, how to hold light. Who are we going to cooperate and co-create with from the other dimensions, and how to do that together. And then these beautiful souls, the light workers, all of those who are part, take it further and they do it their way. And we are sharing. And it's a beautiful co-creation in that sense. And there are those who make crystal grids, with crystals outside in nature and working with the energies that way. So
Yeah,
this
and
is about finding each other also.
yes,
Yeah.
and as I hear you, I get shivers in my skull. And one thing that comes to my attention is that there's also the element that some of us were together, whether in Lemuria, in Atlantis, here or there, and we may remember ways of doing things and or have our own way, but there's also that as we come together, there are new ways that are being either revealed or remembered or brought together that come to us, that otherwise, if we remain on our own, we wouldn't get these new insights, new downloads, right? Like how through the connection, through the coming together, there are whole layers of tools, protocols, ways of doing, maybe locations where to go that are coming to the surface thanks to the gathering. So
Yes.
it's very meaningful. You gathering light workers in this way is very meaningful and significant for many different reasons, I find. I love
Mm,
that.
thank you. I have been guided in this direction for quite a while.
Hmm.
Before I did this, bringing light workers together in this sense, I worked with channeling for many years and bringing through messages of support and hope and healing. But then with the light language that came through, it also came through with new guides, star beings, and also with the councils of light. And it was like my role changed also to be a catalyst for the other light workers and other healers to step forward on their paths. So,
Okay.
so that is part of my journey to be an activator and catalyst for others to
Mhm.
move forward in their ways like that.
Right. And you do that individually and you do that in groups with gathering the groups, and through the gathering of the groups you have this catalyst activator role, right?
Yes, both,
Yeah.
um, both with groups and also with in one-on-one sessions that I mirror the soul in a sense and guide forward on the path.
We're going to talk about that in a moment, but I want to bounce on, you mentioned the High Council of Light. Can you tell us about who they are, what they are, who they are, and other beings that you channel, other guides, ascended master? Would you take us in your team and let us know a
Yeah.
bit more about who you are working with?
Yes, for quite a while, the High Council of Light has been sort of like the umbrella perspective support.
Mhm.
They are coming through. They are one of the councils. There are many councils, both connected with Earth, with our galaxy, within the universe. They are, if you are familiar with the term keepers, keepers of the garden, they are supporting our world in a sense that they are, in their sense, catalysts of the development on a planet like Earth, that our ascension and the spiritual development and how the frequency is rising. They cannot step in and act. They are just nudging us and presenting um, direction or presenting ideas, guiding us with a loving support. But it is us who choose to act or choose to change or choose to anchor the love light. But they are a loving, guiding, very wise, very ancient collective of beings. But I do often channel ascended masters as you said in the presentation. So there are many times we work with the High Council of Light, and then we have the company of Mother Mary, for instance, or a star council. It could be the Pleiadians or the Lyrans, who wish to support us particularly with an energy frequency anchoring, or it's connected with a certain place. So during the planetary energy work, we have also worked a lot with Archangel Michael, for instance, because Archangel Michael is connected with all these energy lines on the earth. Many know about this. Um, and so Archangel Michael has been part of our work as well. Um, Today, it is the High Council of Light who brings through messages and activations.
Are they with you all the time, or do they come and go? How does that go?
It is very easy for me to connect, to shift in dimension, shift in frequency, but it is not always the High Council of Light who are, to say, closest at hand. Sometimes it's the angels or another guide or star beings, and sometimes I have, if it's about more about healing or specific healing frequency and light code activations, it could be the Arcturians, for instance. They often come through about sound code healing. So, but I
Right.
sense who's part of the energy field, and I always present that for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And you have a particular connection to the Lyran, right?
Yes, I have soul memories from Lyra constellation. So that is one of my star heritages. But the Lyrans are special to me because it was the Lyrans that introduced me to light language. It was the Lyrans and the Hathors group as well. It was in 2015, and I was guided how to speak and chant light language, and I didn't know what it was by then. So I just let it come through, and later on, I Googled it and find that there are others who are also doing like I do. But it was a Lyrans, and because they are also masters of sound, so that is also.
Okay, right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, with that though, when you gather groups, light workers who are, let's say, pulled to work with you or magnetized or called
Mhm.
to work with you, to collaborate with you, they don't have to be specifically Lyrans, right? I suppose that there's a whole variety, and that the variety contributes to the richness of what can be created together, I
Oh,
suppose.
yes, definitely. And different personalities, and you don't have to have been on this spiritual path for a specific long time. There are differences between us all. It's a very warm energy, um, and there are those who love the more active work. You know, it's like almost like the powerful warrior of light bringing through the fires of the dragons. It's like, and there are those who are very serene and angelic in their energy, and they are frequency holders and just just love bringers, just holding love.
Mm-hmm.
So there are all kinds of personalities, and I love that we can come together and with a wonderful guidance from the Council of Light. There is also this sense of that we are all part of the council, really. We are all part and sitting in that council with our own experience, and our own experience is valued and it's important wherever you are on your path.
Right. So, oh, that's important because I get the clarity on this. It's not that there's the Council of Light and there's us on the planet, and I mean, it is in a way, but as you just said, taking your seat in the council, like you become part of the council. Is it as an emissary or really being part of the council, integral part? Because that it really shifts the perspective of what is really going on. Is it like there's the authority and there's the execution, or is this something different? I'm sensing, hearing you, I'm sensing that it's something different.
Yes, it is more like you can see it as elders. no, loving um, older siblings. Like they have access to a wisdom and an experience that, because when we incarnate on earth, we incarnate with veils of forgetfulness. So we don't remember everything, wisdom from the cosmos and the nature of God within, source, and connecting with that. So we are remembering, we are bringing that back. Um, but when we connect with them, they offer guidance and we work together. So I, I feel it's a loving co creation taking place, and that everyone is part of the greater whole and everyone is loved and appreciated.
Mm. Yeah, and there's something to the well, they need physical beings to do certain things, right? And
Yes,
to also to anchor certain energies. There are things that can only be done um, through physical bodies, through physical presence, through
yes.
actual physical presence, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's where we become um, partners. They bring what they bring, and we bring something different, and we partner together. I love that.
Yes,
Right.
yes, definitely. I often say that to clients that it is as if you are yourself a group or a community, and you are here, but your guides are in other dimensions, but you are a crew, you are a group, and they are
Yes.
working with you from other realms and dimensions. And most of us on earth do not know that or sense that or remember that, and maybe we sense a bit.
Mm.
But if we see ourselves as part of that bigger picture, greater whole, that we have a role here, and the exploration of finding that and learning more about these openings uh, on Earth, for instance, that brings through new perspectives, which accumulates growth and healing.
Right. Okay. So that's typically um, the purpose of a mission would be that kind of application. Are there other examples that you can give us of what type of missions or purpose
Mm.
can be performed through some of those activities?
What different, you mean different roles such as the light worker, different roles? Just,
No, what can be like when you get an assignment, well, okay, if it's about, let's say, to clear the oceans, we
yeah.
understand well, but
Mm,
there are others, there's not only clearing, there are things that are about activation or um, I don't know, bringing some
mm,
energies in alignment.
mm.
What are the different types of missions? It's maybe more about the types of missions. And we
Yeah.
can talk about the different roles, the different light worker
Mm,
roles. That's
yes.
interesting too. But
Well,
let's talk about missions.
yes,
Hmm.
during an energy work, such as the example of working with the ocean, in the guidance, we are doing it together. So, in a sense, we are bringing through the energy together. We perhaps do a clearing with the help of support from other dimensions. And we bring light to both to clear and with the light language also that comes through. And we hold the space together as a group and then anchor light. And it can happen a lot of different things and specific messages about importance of a specific part of the ocean or something like that.
Hmm.
But we are doing it together. So with the roles, it is more of a sense for oneself. It could be that you discover that you are frequency holder, that you seem to have a purpose of holding a specific frequency, and that frequency could be connected with who you are as a soul. That could be a star seed thing, you know, you come with a specific frequency to Earth. So your role is very much connected with who you are, and that the importance is that you are yourself fully.
So a frequency, sorry to interrupt, but to be sure that we clarify, a frequency could be holding the frequency of peace, or holding the frequency of love, or holding the frequency of compassion, or is that what you mean?
That could definitely be the case to bring through and holding that frequency. It could also be a frequency of higher dimensional existence, for instance. Like you carry a seed within yourself from a star or a planet, and that planet or star has a frequency that is brought to Earth. So now we are getting into this without coming here as a star seed, but that could be the case. So you're holding the frequency of Andromeda or Arcturus or Alcyone. So that could also be the frequency holder.
Okay, I get it. And yes, I hear you that then the job is being yourself and
Yes.
not giving into becoming a purely earthly human and to
Mm,
lose your specificity, right?
mm.
Yeah.
And to be yourself. And there, of course, those I guide that are more of actively earth healers that go and sit with the earth and to really to heal the land and to work with nature spirits and so on. They are more practical in that sense, going and working with a certain mountain and the guardians there and so on. So I'm just giving example. It's a broad
Yes.
topic.
Yes, yes, yes. But it's good. It gives us not just an idea, but different ideas of the different facets that it can
Yeah.
take. Yeah.
Mhm.
One thing that just occurs to me is how we talked about our own healing
Mhm.
and how our individual healing is a necessity. But we need to align also. I mean, we're invited to align it with the higher service, and it empowers our own personal healing. But what I'm sensing as I hear you speak is that I believe there's a lot of the healing that happens through doing service work and purpose work, because some of our pain, some of our despair, maybe some of our suffering comes from not having a purpose or not living our purpose
Mhm.
and being disconnected from that purpose and service. And the moment we get into motion in
Mhm.
whatever way we do it, um, there's no longer let's say our longing, and maybe the longing has turned into a despair. There's no more the despair because we are involved
Mhm.
in what we are supposed to be involved in. Does that make sense?
Oh yes, yes. Both personal experience and how I see it and how I see it through others. That when we do not allow ourselves to really step in fully and to move along a path that our souls really wish to take, there's a stagnation and a feeling of being lost, and often illnesses comes or
Right.
other
Yeah.
tragedies that we experience when we do not align with our soul's purpose, what we are here to do. And I do see that there is a opening of joy in that sense when we more and more step into a higher service. It's easy to see the higher service as something very sort of only active, practical, like volunteer very practically out in community. You can do that and it might be your purpose. But being of higher service can also be to start every day with going to your heart, to opening up for more energy, or to say decrees or prayers, and to bless your food, and bless the land and work with the fairies. It could be so many things that is not the typically working service. It could be really to embody the soul and to let spirit move through you in everyday life. Um, that is how I see it. And that brings also joy and ease more. So you are moving in a direction that your soul wants to express.
Right. Yes.
Mm.
It brings joy, it brings purpose, it brings fulfillment, it
Mhm.
brings also, um, well, I'm sensing like whatever is the activity, whatever it is, including prayer, blessings, by practicing it, it opens the way to new ways of doing it, right? New ways of praying, new ways of blessing. And so there's also a creativity that comes through the practice, whatever the practice is. A creativity that comes through that would otherwise would not come through, and the
Mhm.
creativity runs light through our body, right through our
Mhm.
system, and that's very, not only it's brings joy and it's very pleasant, but it's also very healthy, it's very nourishing, it's very nurturing.
Mhm. Yes, definitely. And when you find that it is as if being more yourself in a sense.
Right.
And as we talked about earlier, the parallel development with the healing that is both physical healing or about your childhood or past lives and so on, that goes hand in hand. So you can have moments with clearing those, and that is not easy. But when you have found your more of your purpose, you can take that in an easier way. You can clear
Mhm.
and let go more easily because you know that you are on your path and you are supported, and you know that when you have cleared this or moved through this experience, you know that there will be a lift in frequency and you will feel lighter. And it is that that is also one of the very positive outcomes of being on this path.
Yes, and one thing I'm just being shown images that show me how there's a relationship between the all the very physical, but not only physical, also emotional, like the personal healing
Mm,
and the healing and working with the earth, right? The earth
mm,
element
right.
and the body, and um, we can through ceremony. I'm being shown, for example, using
Yes.
ceremony with the earth and on the earth and working with the earth and for the purpose for the earth, but that also serves our own body healing, right?
Yes. Yes,
Same with
that,
emotions and water. When you do healing the oceans, I'm sure there's a lot of emotional work
yes,
that comes to be performed at the same time, right?
yes, definitely. And this is one of the um, realizations that I had when I created the Oracle card deck that we will talk about. That
Yes.
when I brought through the messages and the texts for the cards that are really portals on Earth, I realized that there were themes coming up for each portal, and those themes are very close to us in our personal journeys, that they are talking to us really, even though they are messages about a certain portal or place on Earth. So we are so interconnected with
Mm-hmm.
Mother Gaia, with the Earth, but also with the stars and the star alignments, and with the spirits, the elemental beings. Um, it is very fascinating when you tap into this and explore, as I have been had such a gift of doing. Um,
Yeah, and the gift is for us to have you with us today and to share all this wisdom, all your experience, your expertise. So thank you for being with us. Now, definitely, you just mentioned, and I wanted to bring that. I think we want to know more about this beautiful Oracle New Earth portals deck. Would you reveal it to us? Tell us how it came to be created,
mm,
and can we see some cards? Can we
yeah,
get some of the
yes,
messages and see how to work with it, how to play with them, really? I
yeah,
think this is
yeah.
fascinating.
I can just start by showing it. This is the card deck. This is the front, sorry.
Mm, beautiful.
And
Mm.
here you have the cards. And what it look like, sorry, like it's with a zoom. Okay, I will show you later. So many of them.
Wow.
The cards, I had been working with planetary healing and master courses with light workers for a while. I had been working with anchoring energy at certain places, especially in the northern part of Sweden, in the Arctic zone, for a few years. And more, the work with portals came through. Portals as in specific points on Earth. It could be a place where there's a specific energy anchored. It could be like sacred sites or a mountain or a lake. Um, and more information came through. And we worked with these portals and the ley lines, the energy lines with the earth. And so at some point, the High Council of Light suggested in my own meditation, I was channeling, I was writing, they suggested that I was to create an oracle card deck. And this oracle card deck would contain 33 cards for equally 33 portals on Earth. And every card holds a specific energy, and that this is a way to let the energies and the frequencies from these portals out to all the people who have
Right.
the cards. So it is about spreading the frequencies because they are light encoded, they are coded with energy. It is also about bringing through messages that is really about hope and empowerment and purpose, and about the beauty of our planet. And it's very informative as well about different energies and light beings and stars and elemental spirits. So that is why I started to write it and channel it. And it was a beautiful process. And I co-created it eventually with a very talented artist who did the cards, the art after my ideas. It was a fun experience to say, oh, you need to put more light. I want a rainbow here, or you need to bring through that frequency. And so it was a back and forth process that was a lot of fun and very meaningful.
I love it. I love it. I think we all love it. How would it be? Would you pull or call a card for us? How would you do that? Would you need to set an intention or to call? Like I let you do it for our audience today.
Well, the cards are created to be a tool in the sense that each one wants to use it. So you can take a card for the day to get a message. You can also pick a card as you meditate. When you begin a meditation, to pick a card and to connect with that card energetically with your heart and to receive the frequencies. Someone said that she uses the cards to travel. She travels to the different places
I was thinking
energetically.
that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking just that, how I suppose, and I would be tempted to do that, like you can tap into and receive the energy, but you can also take yourself there
Mm-hmm.
or offer service, use the card to be of
Yes.
service through this specific portal, but to
Mhm.
travel there, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and there are many who do that, and but also to pick a card to receive a message, like other oracle card decks are as well. But it is about um, being of service in that sense that you co-create with the energy and you receive the light codes. So
Right.
I will show you again because it's a little bit difficult to see with here you have all these different cards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have picked two cards for today. I
Okay.
just drew out two cards and I asked the High Council of Light to show me two cards that is for everyone listening within the orb of grace and to give messages. And I would love
Okay.
to read the channel text. There are also some information, but I will read the channel text because that is what is supposed to be shared in this context, I think.
Mm. Yes, please.
Uh, so, and I have the textbook here. So I will read. Uh,
You want to show us the cards that you have picked?
yes, of course. So the first card that I picked is this one. Can you see it? Yes.
Yes.
This this is sorry. This is the card of Palenque.
Thank
Palenque in Mexico. Do you know about Palenque?
No,
Yeah.
I never heard,
No.
but I can see a pyramid that looks
Yeah.
from that area.
It
Okay, but
is.
I don't know the
It
place.
is a site in Mexico on the Yucatan Peninsula. It is ancient ruins. It's a pyramid, and in the card there are also stars. It's a Pleiadian star constellation. So there are
Mm.
Pleiadian energies in this as well. And the words for card number 29, Palenque, is new perspectives, time and space, and move beyond the ordinary. So I will
Which is
read.
what all our conversation is all about this, right? So
Yes, yes,
very
definitely. So I will read the channel text for you. Here's the book. You are moving beyond the ordinary world. The portal of Palenque opens to a multidimensional reality that invites you to advance in spiritual growth. Only when ready opens the doorway. The choice to move beyond is yours to make. New perspectives unfold from within. Pleiadian guidance is here.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very, I find it very nourishing and inspiring, very much perfect with today's conversation,
Yeah,
absolutely, and for our audience.
it is
Um,
also about connecting with the star elders or the Pleiadian sisters
mhm,
and brothers through
yeah,
this portal.
perfect.
The other
Mm,
portal,
mm.
so let's see. Sorry, this card. This is Hill of Tara. It's in Ireland. So this image is from above. So you're looking at with a bird's perspective.
Okay, I'm familiar. I haven't been there physically, but I'm familiar with this
It's
one.
a bird's perspective. The words for card number 24, Hill of Tara, is illuminated leadership. Divine Mother lovingly awaits you. Take your time. That is the key words for Hill of Tara. And the channel message, okay. In the beginning of all times and eras on Earth, a plan was set to make the most of the planetary creation. At what would later become the Hill of Tara, a dome descended. The keepers set the codes from the stars and planted them to hold the keys for a future illuminated leadership. A leadership coming directly from the womb of the cosmic mother source. A leadership not to possess with ego, but rather grow into with spiritual maturity and love. The Hill of Tara key code is planted within each soul's DNA as a memory seed. And then the final message is, take your time, dear one. No need to rush. The seed will activate within when you are ready.
Mhm. Yeah, wow, that's very powerful. One thing I'm sensing while receiving this message is that and you mentioned the seed, I can see in our audience there are seeds in some hearts. There are leaders. Some of them are awake, some of them are maybe dormant, some of them maybe have no clue that they are
Mhm.
leaders to be. And I can see some of the seeds germinating, starting to open themselves from hearing this invitation, right? And
Yeah.
receiving the frequency and receiving the message.
Mhm.
So that's also very perfect. Yes, there are
Mhm.
leaders who are going to be awakening from our gathering today. That will have been one
Yes.
of the purposes, one of the outcomes of this gathering. Very beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Uh,
Wow.
it is it it is such a journey with these oracle cards. because I receive so many messages from all around, um, those who have purchased the cards or find the cards in a store somewhere and so on, and they are amazed by how they align with what they need to hear in that specific moment. So, and also to bring through these energetic codes in everyday life, and to bring up that frequency, to bring up that healing or vibration within you. So you are often remembering the bigger picture that you are part of.
Yes, absolutely. There are so many applications, and I mean, I'm sure you've thought and practiced many of them. I'm sure everyone who owns are lucky enough to own their deck, have their own way. Um, One thing I see is well, we talked earlier about so many light workers being lost or confused or clueless about how to be of service, what to do, how, right? Pick a card and there's the message for yourself, but you can also use the card to make an offering to this sacred place, right? You can make an altar around, or you can make a crystal grid, or you can use the card and the cards as a way to give direction to your service, right?
Yes,
If you don't
yes,
have, or if you don't believe that you have direction, that's a way to receive your instruction, receive your assignments, right?
yes. So in that sense, it is a support that if you have, there are so many, we are so many who have a difficulty, hearing our guides, or, oh, I find it difficult to hear my guides, or what to do, and so on. This is also support to receive that guidance in image, in coded form, and in text and information. So, and we also bring up, you mentioned earlier the how we are connected maybe through memories from Lemuria or Atlantis. There are also cards bringing those energies up, Lemurian cards and Atlantean
Mhm.
cards. So it's also to connect with energy. We are being nudged to feel into and to come in contact with a greater awareness all the time. And I think that the New Earth portals, the Oracle card deck, is a way of coming in contact in that sense.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. I can see so many ways. Like I can see sometimes maybe even not looking at the words, but looking at the image and
Mhm.
visually having a visual meditation, a visual experience, right?
Yes.
Um, I can see I would certainly do that. I will do that.
Yeah.
I love doing, creating crystal grids. And I can see picking cards or calling which cards, and that bring up different portals, and
Mhm.
then connecting these portals through the crystal grid,
Yes.
right there in my
Exactly.
living room, right?
Yeah.
Or in the
Yeah. That's a
garden.
beautiful way. Hmm.
Mhm.
It's
And
a
one other
beautiful
thing
thing.
that I'm sensing is that as we talked about the difficulty to sometimes to connect with guides, I'm sure that from working, playing, experiencing with a card, we receive some input, some insights, and it sets the connection into motion. It kind
Hmm.
of mobilizes the guides our guides who will add something, or give the next step or suggest something, right? Like sometimes, well, when you get on the bicycle, the most effort is to get started, right?
Yeah.
Once you've started, then you just need to keep rolling. So it's
Yeah.
like me, it's like the card or the different cards. You can probably play with one or with several or with the whole deck.
Mhm.
It helps you to give the initial impulse, but
Yes,
then the guidance is gonna flow, is gonna follow, right?
yes, yes.
Mm.
Definitely, you are explaining it very well. I do see how this takes place, how it functions in that sense, and I also hear so many um, testimonials about what is occurring in that sense, creating
Mm.
ceremony with the cards, or as you said, traveling through it, or creating a small meditation group, a circle, and that we meditate together with a card. Um, so it functions as a tool and a catalyst, and just to set in motion the energies, and it is also about expanding consciousness, expanding the awareness of what we have around us, energy wise, the portals, even stargates, and how they are connected with different star constellations. So it's also fascinating in that sense if you haven't come in contact with that subject before, for instance.
Yes, right. Okay, so it's also a way to learn
Yeah.
without learning through books or written form, that not all of it is suits us, right?
Mm.
Like, but connecting to the wisdom, being served the pure wisdom directly through us, through using the card, well, as a portal to wisdom as well,
Yes.
right? It's another
Mm.
way to
Mm.
find the
Yeah.
portal.
Yes. It is. I wrote it, I think, in the description within the book that it is a multi-function tool. So that is what it
Yeah,
is really.
multifunction,
Mhm,
multidimensional. Like
mhm.
the one you picked, the Mexico with the pyramid.
Mhm.
Like we could
Yes.
ask to use this card and ask to be revealed secrets of the pyramids,
Yes.
and
Yes.
connect to that and get,
Mhm.
wow. So
Yes.
it's unlimited. I mean, we could talk
Mhm.
about it, I'm sure, forever, but we want to play with these cards. We want to experience them for real. So it's perfect
Mhm.
because you've created, Camilla, a wonderful offering, New Earth Soul Embodiment, and we
Mhm.
would love to hear all about it. So for everyone to follow, you can go to gracefulconnections.com. So that graceful with two L's, as in full of grace, gracefulconnections.com/Camilla3. That's CAMILLA 3, or just scroll down the page to discover Camilla's special offer. Camilla, would you reveal what you have created for our audience?
Yes, we have the full option, the full package, the New Earth Soul Embodiment package. It is quite the whole of the way I work. It is really to cover all dimensions. Um, you will receive 5 workshops. It is Zoom based, so it is called the Core Group Frequency Holders. And this name of the group comes from the Oracle card deck. So the Core Group Frequency Holders, we are doing energy work together online. This is where I channel messages, guide to do these kinds of energy work together as a group. And you will have 5 months of the core group, where the first workshop is recorded from February, and the 4 you will receive links to the actual live Zoom meetings. There will always be a replay. And this is the beautiful gatherings that I talked about earlier. with a very warm energy, and you will receive so many light language activations, and we are connecting with different portals every time, the core group frequency holders. And besides the workshop series, you will also receive your very own New Earth Portals Oracle card deck. And this will be mailed to you wherever you are in the world. And it is such a joy to share this out in the world. So you will have the Oracle card deck to work with. And since it is connected with the workshop series, it's a beautiful thing to have the Oracle card deck, and we will work with the portals, but we will work with so much more with the energies and the
You use the cards during the workshops?
I do, in the sense that when I am guided to present what we will focus on each time, from the high councils of light and other guides, it is most often, almost every time, one of the portals from the Oracle card deck. So, for instance, the first workshop is about Table Mountain, which is portal number 22. And we have had a beautiful energy work that you will receive directly when you purchase the offer. So you will have the cards also to connect well, that it is a deep energy work transmission. So we will be in a deep meditative state while doing the energy work as well. And
Two questions.
Yes.
Two questions. First, what's the duration of the gathering? Is it 1 hour, 1 hour 30?
1.5 hours maximum. Often it's 1 hour 15 minutes, but it could be 1 hour and 30 minutes. In the end, I usually take questions, or the guides take questions. So if there comes up questions after the meditation, or for clarification, or just connecting even more into that energy, or connecting with the guides, there are always time for questions. But that's a beautiful thing as well, to be able to ask questions in written form. I use a chat in the Zoom meeting, so you can write your question and the guides happily answer your questions.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. So my other question is, can anybody join? Like, even if I'm interested, I'm attracted, but I have no clue of my mission. I don't know how to do anything. I'm just brand new to all this. I'm just willing. Can I join and feel good about it, and contribute? How does that play out?
Yes, you can join in and be part with an open heart. That is all, to be open in your heart and to be part of the energies. There are those that sometimes, we go into a deep meditative state, and I guide into that state, and some usually fall asleep, and that's okay too, because you're part of the energy network. You are part of what I call the golden web of light. And so that golden web of light is our energy field for the group. And in that sense, when you are in it, you're also protected. And maybe you don't remember everything afterwards because you were in such a deep state, but you were part, because you were part in the energy field, and you will still receive the energies, and you will be part of the anchoring of the energies, and experience of the activations. So
Right.
Yes.
And I'm getting that it's a good way to learn, right? It's a
Oh,
perfect
yes.
way to learn.
Yes.
Um, can
It,
someone
it is
on
like
the
a
other,
quantum
okay.
step into energy work.
Right, just be on the bicycle that's already rolling and
Yeah.
yeah, and enjoy the ride and enjoy the
Yes.
ride and find how to ride it yourself. That's really beautiful. On the other side, someone who is an advanced light worker, can they find their contribution and their place as well?
Oh, yes, definitely. I have several very advanced uh, energy workers or earth healers with me, and usually they are so generous with sending messages about what they experienced and maybe information that they received on their hand as well that add to the whole. Um, so it's really um, it really works for the advanced energy worker, definitely. But also the loving space makes it welcoming for anyone who feel in their hearts that they want to join. That's the most important part, that you feel that this, I am curious about this. My heart pounds a little bit more. It's like this sounds exciting. This sounds something very mm, fulfilling, maybe, or I am curious, and so on.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I'm sensing also how so much gets activated through contribution, presence and contribution. Of course, there's the activations that you transmit, but there are other layers of the light workers' mission codes, abilities that get triggered and activated, triggered in the sense of being, yes, activated from being held in that space and in community and in sharing the intention and doing the work together, whether actively or passively, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
that's a very rich experience
Mhm.
and very wonderful. Okay, thank you. So that's actually option two. Option two is the 5 monthly workshops and the replays and the New Earth portal oracle deck.
Yes,
Option one is that plus a private session with you, Camilla.
yes, it is. That is the full package. With it is a distant recorded private session. It is about 30 minutes. I call it a divine essence viewing session. And it is a little bit different than many other kinds of channel sessions. It is me um, viewing in or tuning into your energy field, your soul. It is me mirroring your potential and how your guides, angels, and the beings of light see you, how they see your full heart. And it's filled with activations, the light language, sound code activations to align you with your highest self, your soul, and of course your purpose. Um, and this session really speaks to that we naturally as humans tend to not see the full truth of who we are, our divine essence within, and we have a more difficult time to see that within ourselves due to programming or wounds from earlier times or past lives, and especially also society programming. But to experience, to be mirrored in that sense, and to receive those activations really affects the whole energy field. and it also affects the DNA and opens up to more, a more expanded version of who you are. Sometimes it's also guides coming through with more sharings about certain step to take, or a physical healing, but mostly it is about finding out more of who you are and how your guides, beings, angels, the high councils of light, the masters see you and give you so much love and showing the path forward, I would say.
Right. And
Mm.
I mean, again, I'm sensing, and it's good to confirm though, that whether we're a beginner, brand new beginner, or somewhere on the path, or even very advanced light worker, we're gonna get, I'm getting like tremendous revelations of what's next, not just the next step, but like the next stage of
Mm.
evolution for us in terms
Mm.
of purpose and in terms of the abilities that we develop, grow, activate in order to fulfill that purpose, right?
Yes, yes. And sometimes it's also connected with a presentation of another timeline, a past life. It could also be a galactic timeline. So it depends. When I tune in, I often realize how the language change depending on the soul, the person. So the level of the information is very different from the guides. It is always in tune, I think, I feel, with where you are in life and on your soul journey. Um, but I received such a beautiful message from a client recently who are very well trained in the energy work, that the activations that she received from her star family and the galactic guides was out of this world and something that she hadn't received earlier. So there is a level for everyone, I feel.
Right. Yeah. Wow. I can sense that. We can sense that. Now, to be very clear, so this is a distant recorded private session. So what you do is you tune in, connect with each individual, each person who purchases the session, and you do the transmission, the whole session, and then you send it to the person, right?
Yes, I send it as a recording, and it will be both in video and audio, so you will be able to listen or watch or both if you would like to. And it is video also because of the experience of the light language in viewing.
Mm-hmm.
So I also do signing light language with my hands, and so you receive the full energy of that in the video. But yes, it's a 30-minute distant recorded session. So I do it and then I send it by email.
Beautiful. Thank
Mm.
you. Okay, so this is New Earth Soul Embodiment, to wrap it up, the full package, the session, the 5 workshops, and the Oracle card deck shipped
Mm.
at your address, right? The shipment, everything is included. So that's option 1. Option 2 is the same without the private session. So it's
Yes.
the workshops and the card decks. It's very generously priced. There's a 2-payment plan, a 3-payment plan, and it's exclusive to Graceful Connections. I really appreciate, Camilla, that you've created this package, really putting these different elements together and created this newer soul embodiment, especially for our audience, our community. Thank you so much. Is there anything that comes through to share about who needs this program?
No, we are all on different journeys and we are all in different stages in our paths. No one is better, no one is lesser. And by aligning with these energies and purpose and connecting with higher service in the sense of working with the earth as well, in this sense, bring us together in finding unity as well. And with a session on top of it, you get the more personal experience and connected with your personal healing journey. So in a sense, I would say that this is for everyone who feel in their heart that I dedicate to this journey. I am here. I want to merge with my soul more. I want to be more of who I am, and I want more contact with my guides. And I want to feel purpose being aligned in my everyday life. Something like that.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. I think it speaks to our heart and to our being. And so, everyone who is with us, if it speaks to you, that's for you. Join the experience with Camilla. I mean, so much is being transmitted in the background of this conversation. I keep having sensations in my head, in my skull. Like, it's not only the words we are talking, right? And the discussion we are having. There's a lot going on in the background as well. And I'm sure that many can uh, feel it, experience it, if only sense this. There's such a great feeling in your presence, Camilla. I have no doubt that you come with your team and like you fill the room, right? And feel so we feel in such great company, and it feels so. At the same time, there's something that is soothing in which we can relax, but also activating, awakening, poking a little bit. It's very lively. It's very inspiring. Inspiring, I guess, is the word. So, yes.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Now, let's take this great feeling one step further. We'd love to have an experience with you right now, Camilla. A rainbow ray or light language transmission and meditation. So if there's anything you need to share about it, please do. And we are ready to receive. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. I will guide a short meditation, and I always start any meditation with what I call an alignment, which is connecting with the heart and aligning with the greater sense and source light, and aligning also grounding with Mother Earth, connecting with our roots down. I will do a little bit shorter version, but this is what we will do, and we will connect through the heart. And then we will have the company of High Council of Light coming through, channeling. There will be an activation of the light body. The light body is the layer beyond the aura. That is what we are activating in this time of ascension. And we will also anchor that rainbow ray light to Mother Earth and through the orb of grace, since we are here in with you all. But I do feel the guides, they want to step forward and do some light language sharing as well. So I will do a bit of chanting and light language, and you will feel the energies. Yeah. Are we ready to start? Yeah, okay. Okay, I invite you into your heart space. Close your eyes for a moment and take a nice breath. Let your body know that you are focusing inwards now, moving your attention down to your heart. From the heart, we are moving through the body, down, through the body, all the way down to your feet. We are grounding our energy down to Mother Earth, connecting with our Mother, the warmth and the holding space, all the way down to the heart of Gaia. We are moving upwards again, up along our roots, up to the feet, through the body, up to the heart. You continue from the heart upwards. You align with the higher cosmic energies as you move all the way up to the highest source of all that is, the Creator, Mother, Father, God, and you move beyond the galactic core, and you align with a beautiful light, shining downwards now. Let the light go through the galactic core, connecting with a great central sun. Through the central sun and our sun, through our higher chakras now, the light enters our energy field through the crown chakra, moving into the body and all the way down to the heart. The light continues out and spreading all the way out throughout the body. You are centered in your heart. You are aligned and grounded. You let the energies move out horizontally from your heart, physical body, mental body, emotional body, etheric body. All the way out, you're activating your light body. Beautiful ones, feel how you are connected in your energy field, how you are in an expanded state, how you are receiving energies from beyond your own energy field. You're receiving energies from higher dimensional realms. We are with you. We are the High Council of Light, and we are with joy connecting and meeting with you here. It is our joy to share this moment as we are so happy to see you gather in the orb of grace. This is the perfect place for you to be in this moment. You do not need to be anywhere else. Feel into how you receive the codes from beyond this earth realms, from the stars and the galaxies beyond yours. Feel how we are a link to a greater cosmic universal connection. In this time, we offer a rainbow light flow of energy through your energy field and anchoring down to your mother planet. The rainbow rays come actively in this moment, and so we align with those energies and offer an activation. The codes will enter your heart and go out all the way out to your light body, restructuring as you anchor the coded messages of light, of love, of the new era. And with the angels and the archangels stepping forward into our energy field as a group, we have Archangel Christel with us. Archangel Christel. Holding the Christed frequencies in the new era. Focusing on the heart and the third eye. Beautiful ones, with great joy and messages of hope, we are here with you. When you let these sounds move through your energy bodies, you are aligning with higher dimensional frequencies. It is your choice to embrace those. And we say we support the harmonization to let these codes be integrated and anchored within you and your energy field. You are at an important time on this beautiful blue-green planet. Your heart is your portal. As you open your heart each day, you open the gates to the new earth a little bit more. We are always here. We are always here with love. We are the angels. Thank you. Now see the energy move through your body down to the earth and imagine a system of crystalline grids, a network within the planet. See how the energies is being anchored within this crystalline grid. Thank you, dear one, for being part. We love you. We love you. We love you. And you may breathe now, visualizing energy moving down, visualizing energy moving down, or feeling energy moving down through your body or out in your energy field. Let the energies anchor, ground, and move into a peaceful state within the heart. Breathe and breathe and come back to the now moment where you are sitting or lying down, listening to us here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. What a beautiful, lovely, expansive experience. There's been so much going on, so many facets of this experience. Just a few things that I want to comment upon. I'm sure, I mean, obviously, each of us have their own experience, right? But few things I want to share that come to my attention. One, first is how you have such a command of energy that, well, it doesn't take forever to get us in alignment. It's very quick, but I could feel in my body like, hop, the energy responds right away to your commands. So that's really cool. When Archangel Christiel came in, I had shivers. Part of which, what was shown to me, it's only a part of it, but it is part of it, and it needs to be expressed. I felt how there's a honoring to Christel Hughes, as the founder of the Academy for the Soul, right? Who has brought together this whole community. And thanks to her, we are here together, all of us gathered. And it's like there was really a very profound honoring to her, and that's came I'm sure with the presence of Archangel Christiel herself, that in itself, but also what was expressed as a honoring to Christel, because there's such value to the community, right, and to what has been created in this gathering of community. So that was very, very amazing and beautiful. I loved the expression on your face. Is just so beautiful to witness, because there's such joy. We can see the joy and the delight that you have as you deliver, offer, guide. It's just very, that's part of the whole experience. And also, I guess, part of your command of energy. So there was this wave of energy, but also when you bring us back very soon, very quickly. It calms down and everything is calm and settled and complete. And I just loved it. That's
Mm,
a very amazing experience. Thank you so much. Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate it. Was lovely to hear your thoughts, and I have to add that I had no idea that Archangel Christel would be part. So it just came
Pretty
through in
amazing,
that
right?
instance. And as I said it, it came to my mind, oh, right, Christel.
Yes, I
So,
know,
so
right?
that
That's
is how the energy works in the moment.
right.
And I find that the guides sometimes they play with me, that they know that I will follow what is most needed in that time, and because that is what is meant to be brought forward.
Yes.
But it is a joy, and I've heard many years ago that in a sense, I am a realm traveler. So to move in between dimensions and to be very confident in that and to guide others in a confident way is my strength. So
Yes.
that is how I do it, and I probably have many lifetimes where I've done this.
Certainly, because yes, because I'm hearing that's what allows you to bring us back very quickly and very safely and yet very completely back to Earth, right? We were somewhere
Mm,
and here we are. So that was really, really amazing. Um, One thing I kind of want to ask, I have my own answer, but I guess I'd like to ask.
mm,
Light language, to me, my perspective is that it doesn't need translation. It is an experience in itself.
mm.
What is your perspective? Is it a message that if asked to, you could translate it? Does it need to be translated, or is it its own language that it is its own language, obviously, but something that requires no translation. What's your view on that?
And my view is the same as yours. I've
Mm-hmm.
always been told by my guides that you do not need to bring your mind forward and try to understand it because it is a language of frequency. And
Right.
so we are energetic beings and we receive on that level, and that is how it works. I do
Right.
know that there are others who work with light language in a way that they translate and so on. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, that is not the point. For me, it's the activations or opening up the DNA, like unlocking what is dormant. Or it could be about bringing through pure frequencies to strongly anchor light in a certain place, for instance. And sometimes even the dragon beings come forward and it's very strong light language or chanting. So it is a tool of pure frequency that our language cannot uh, come up in that level. So the light
Right.
language is to bring it through more purely.
And one thing I'm just perceiving now, and it's the first time I perceive this, so thank you for this
Mhm.
experience, is that also what I'm being shown is how like rays of light as the language comes out, rays of light coming out, and that as if it's not as if that's obviously what is happening, that to one person it delivers one message, to another person it delivers another message through these different rays of light. It's multidimensional by nature, so that if we were to translate, there would be as many translations as there are individuals who receive it. So it would be a cacophony of voices speaking at the same time, but instead it's all packed in a transmission that is a one voice, sounds like a one voice transmission, but it's actually a myriad of messages that are individual, specific to each individual who received them.
Yes, yes. I see it in that sense too. And I can see it as when you speak like that, I explain it like that, I can have this image of it's like um, gift boxes that is dropping down, and when the gift boxes are received by us, then they are opened in the more aligned way of each person. So it's like, oh, what is inside is different, but the boxes, you know, it's
Yeah,
like gifts
yeah.
that we receive, that it in the same time it's individual, but
Mm,
light language depends on how purely we can transfer or transmit the frequency. So it is about also me staying as clear as possible in
mm,
my channel, to just let the frequencies go through. So it's also about the
right.
channeler to be as clear and empty as possible in that moment.
Well, that felt and sounded very, very pure. So thank you so much. Thank you so much
Thank
for this very extraordinary experience. Really, the first time I get to experience and even just notice the multidimensionality of light language. So thank you so much. And before giving you the closing word, Camilla, I'd like to wrap up inviting everyone to gracefulconnections.com/Camilla3, or simply scroll down the page. New Earth Soul Embodiment. You have the full package. That's option one. Full package includes the 30-minute distant private session with Camilla, 5 monthly workshops and replays, and the new Earth Portals Oracle card deck delivered in your mailbox, shipped to you. That's the full package. And option two is the workshops and the Oracle card deck. And exclusive to Graceful Connections, you have 2 and 3 payment plan. Thank you so much for offering this to our community again. Thank you so much, Camilla. And we're
you.
going to meet again on Friday,
Yes.
February the 23rd at 9 a.m. Pacific for live intuitive readings galore. Camilla will read for you. That's going to be fascinating as well. It's like we're taking it one step further.
Yeah.
Camilla will read for you. What message does the Council of Light have for me about my service and role at this time? So if you can't attend the live call, make sure to request your reading in advance and then catch up with the replay to receive Camilla's insights and wisdom. And you have the link to that call, how to access this call, as well as the New Earth Soul Embodiment in the description of the video. Camilla, is there any word of closing you would like to offer? You offered so much already, but if you would like, please.
Yes, I will tune in a second. Well, there's a message from the council. Dearest ones, our words are always choose the light. In your world, in your daily life, as you go about, always choose the light. There is always a path, a step forward, a choice. Some smaller, some larger. Always choose that which brings you joy in heart or meaning. Thank you for being part of such a beautiful community of grace. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Always choose the light. That's
Mhm.
Fantastic. We'll take that. We'll take that in. Absolutely. Yes, thank you. Cool.
Thank you. And
Let's
thank you
take
for
a moment.
having me.
Oh, thank
I
you
feel
for
so
joining us.
grateful.
Mhm. It is so great. It is so graceful to have you, Camilla. Absolutely. Yes. Let's take a moment to be present again to the orb of grace, allowing it to remain there, holding us, holding all that we have received today, all that we have experienced, discovered, all that we are not yet aware that we have received, allowing it to sink in, to settle in, as we are held in the orb of grace for as long as it serves our highest good and the highest good of all. And I'm closing now by giving gratitude to each and every one of you in the audience. Thank you for answering yes to the calling of grace. Great gratitude to you, fantastic Camilla Aurea KumaRa, for all the wisdom, the brilliance, the offerings you have gifted us today through all the graceful connections that have been woven with you and your masterful expertise. You and your whole team, you filled the room as you came in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yes, and gratitude to Christel. Yes, we give
Yes.
also our gratitude to
Yes.
Christel Hughes and the Academy for the Soul for
Mm,
offering this
so
platform
true.
in which graceful connections grow and expand, impacting our lives, our environment, and the world at large as we step into living our divine radiance. Gratitude to the Orb
So
of Grace for providing a safe, sacred space for this journey of exploration. And gratitude for all the grace we are blessed with at every moment. Whether we are aware of it or not, it offers all the nourishment, the nurturing, the healing, the revelations, the realizations that we open our hearts to receive. And gratitude to our higher selves and all the higher beings who guide, support, and protect us. And gratitude to the divine. Until we meet again, many graceful blessings to you all. Thank you and goodbye. See you soon. Thank you.